the industry is moving at lightning speed into natively multimodal reasoning systems. And the absolute wildest part isn't just the raw speed, it's that these models are showing genuine internal planning. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to, officially, this is episode 0 of the SAIIRA Show. And yeah, I know what you're thinking. Why on earth are we starting at 0? Well, if you've ever stayed up until 3 in the morning, staring at a screen trying to compile code, you know exactly why we're starting at 0. Think of it like initializing a standard array in C, right? Your very first element doesn't sit at index 1, it lives at index 0. It's the absolute baseline of your memory block. And that's exactly what today is. It's the foundation. So, I'm Sai, and I am seriously incredibly glad you decided to hit play and hang out with me today. So, let's just put it out there. Everything in tech right now feels incredibly loud, right? Every single morning you wake up, you open your eyes, you check your phone, and boom, there's a massive new AI model drop, a $5 billion startup funding round, a new must learn framework that supposedly makes everything you built last Tuesday look ancient. Someone on your timeline is always screaming that the world changed while you were asleep. And don't get me wrong, it is wildly exciting. It's sci fi coming to life in real time. But let's be real, it is also completely exhausting. Sometimes it feels like we're all sprinting flat out through the future without even taking a second to stop and process what we're actually building. And that is exactly why I wanted to launch the SAIIRA Show. Think of this as your fortnightly signal to noise filter. Every 2 weeks, we're going to take a massive step back from the chaos and actually break down what's real and what's just pure marketing fluff. Because we are officially moving past the basic era of just typing a prompt into a box and getting a generic text block back. That's already old school. Right now, the industry is moving at lightning speed into natively multimodal reasoning systems. And the absolute wildest part isn't just the raw speed, it's that these models are showing genuine internal planning. They are running tree of thought simulations behind the scenes. They literally catch their own mistakes, debug their own code, and pivot their strategy before they ever show an answer on your screen. It's like having a senior developer living inside your software who reviews their own pull request before you ever see it. Now, if you work in tech right now, this brings us straight into the absolute biggest, most intense debate of our generation. You see the crazy headlines everywhere about human replacement and the death of coding. And look, if your morning routine has become waking up, checking your timeline, and feeling instantly behind on 3 new frameworks before you've even had your coffee, I want you to know from the bottom of my heart, you are not alone. The tech industry didn't just speed up, it completely fractured. If you're a developer wondering if your current stack is going to be obsolete by next quarter, or if you're just feeling completely lost about your career path and how to move forward, just take a breath. One day you spend years mastering a skill, and the very next day, an AI tool drops that does parts of it in seconds. That messes with your head. It genuinely messes with people psychologically. And honestly, I don't think enough people are talking about that part. But hear me out. AI is not replacing engineers. It is changing the definition of what an engineer does. If you're feeling stuck between traditional software engineering and these new agentic workflows, consider this show your roadmap. Stop trying to compete with the AI models on speed. You will lose that race every single time. Instead, learn to out-strategize it on intent. Also, if you've been feeling like a glorified prompt engineer lately, it's time to completely flip your mindset. You don't need to master every single large language model that drops this week. You just need to understand what's under the hood. We are moving from a world of syntax writers to a world of system architects. The engineer doesn't stop engineering, they become a director overseeing a small army of digital agents. We automate the boring, repetitive, soul crushing grunt work so that we can finally focus on what makes us human: creative strategy, critical judgment, and actual human connection. So, let's stop chasing the hype, reset our array, and start building things that actually matter. And that is where we are drawing our baseline today. If your tech career feels a bit scrambled by this latest wave, let's establish the foundation and map out the forward path together. If you want to come along for the ride, do me a huge favor right now. Hit that follow button, share this episode 0 with one person in tech who needs to cut through the hype, and leave us a quick review. It genuinely helps the show more than you know. Thank you so much for your time, your energy, and for tuning in to the very first element of our array. Keep building, keep coding, and stay curious. Oh, and one last thing before I sign off. The show is called The SAIIRA Show. Now, you all know me as Sai, but who or what is Ira? Well, let's just say future episodes of this show may include perspectives that are a little unconventional, different ways of seeing the world, and conversations that might get a little stranger over time. But for now, we'll leave that mystery alone. You're going to have to wait for episode 1 to find out. Catch you in 2 weeks. Bye for now.